Hey guys, it's a wonderful day. It's another day in paradise. If you're joining my channel for the first time, my name is Pat. I am here to entertain you, discuss life. In life is life, and okay, things happen in life that you just have no control of it. But there are things I want to talk about today. I wasn't able to make. I just got to California from Vegas today. I'm actually really, really tired. Unlike me, I couldn't even make a video because first I was in a hurry, so I didn't want no distraction. I had to really concentrate on the road because it was rush hour. So the road was very busy. So just to be on the safe side, I decided no video. Concentrate on driving. Gotta be safe out there. So today, guys, tell me, what do we talk about? There are things I want to touch on. Etiquettes, things I think it's proper that a lot of us do wrong a lot of times. Okay, things like very little things that means a lot, that really goes a long way. How about we start with, it's nice when you see somebody in the morning. I know people say, oh, I'm not in the mood or whatever. Nobody's in the mood for anything good, okay? For anything bad. Everybody wants something good. So you can do it too. It's good when you see someone in the morning, just say, hi, good morning. Not just hi. It's good to actually say good morning. It's awesome. And it's good to say thank you for little things, like then when somebody does really, really great thing for you, don't just say thank you. It's good to say appreciate it. Okay? And when somebody, like you're driving on the road and you want to get into the road and somebody allows you to get in, it would be nice to give a little wave. Okay? Just acknowledge, like, you know what? Give a little wave, or you nod your head like thank you. Really appreciate. When you're a seller, when somebody buys something from you, it doesn't matter if it's $1. It's good to say thank you. I see a lot of times you buy something from people. I do a lot of shopping, I shop in different places. I go to yard sales, I go to swap meets, thrift store, whatever, And when you walk, let's say it's a store, or even if it's your space like a pop-up market, I think it's rude when somebody, even if you know already you're not gonna buy anything, okay, it's still nice for you to try to engage with the customer. If they don't buy today, they will buy tomorrow. You just never can tell. I think it's really wrong that somebody walks into your space, like at a pop-up market, and you just ignore them. You're on your phone, like not trying to engage with them, simply because you feel inside your head that they're not going to buy anything. And you don't even say hi. And sometimes they walk around, check out your stuff, and then they walk away. I think it's very rude as a seller. And when somebody buys something from you, even if it's just $1, it's always good to, with a smile, like collect the money and say, thank you very much. I really appreciate your business. If everybody, let's assume you're at a show or at an event or something, and there are like a million people at that event, and everybody comes in there and give you $1, you'll be rich. You have a fantastic show. But when you have an attitude like, It's just $1. You just give them the stuff they bought. No thank you, no nothing. That is rude. It's rude again when you walk into a store or when you walk through a door and somebody's right behind you and you can't hold the door for the person. You just let the door like really slam on their face for whatsoever reason. Maybe you're tired, you're not thinking, you're having a bad day. That is rude. Another thing that is rude is when someone holds the door for you and you walk in like the Queen of England without saying thank you. I'm not saying the Queen of England is rude. That's not what I'm trying to say, guys. And you just walk right through. Like you didn't even see that person and you don't say thank you. I actually saw a video one time where this guy held the door for a lady. She just walked right through and the guy said, excuse me ma'am, you dropped this. And the lady came out to pick to see if she really dropped something, to pick it up. The guy slammed the door on her face. I was like, that's my guy. That is very rude. And I must confess, a lot of ladies do that. Another thing that is rude is when you see somebody, you don't know them from nowhere, just because they remind you of somebody, you now take out the frustration of the previous person on them. That is a no-no. That is not cool at all. Another thing I think it's rude is asking people for favors that you cannot return. I think that is rude. Only ask for favors you know that you can return. If you can return favors, then please don't ask for favors. I think it's rude when people go out of their way for you and you don't show appreciation. I'll tell you a story. A couple of years ago, I had a friend. She lived in Texas. So she was on her way back to Texas from wherever she went to. She had a layover in Los Angeles. And she called me out of the blues. I mean, I didn't know she was traveling at the time. And she just called me in the middle of the day and like, oh, guess what? I'm like, what? She said, I'm in Los Angeles. I'm like, really? How come? She said, oh, I just had a 4-hour layover in Los Angeles. I went to China. I'm just on my way back. I'm like, really? And this is a friend that I haven't seen in like 20 years. So I was like, oh my God. So I was thinking, oh my God, so how do I get to see you? Because I was at work. I was at a pop-up market, and I can't leave at the time because it was like early. I was like, oh my God, but I needed to see her. She called me, of course, because she did not want to wait at the airport for 4 hours. It would have been nice if she had told me that she would be at the airport on Monday. But she did not. Anyway, she called me out of the blues and I went ahead. There was no way I could pack up my stuff and go get her. So I searched around, called a few people, and then found somebody that could go to the airport and pick her. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen this person for like 20 years. I said, oh, please. I begged my friends, oh, please let me go pick her up. My friend went, picked her up. She came where I was having my event at the pop-up market. I packed up my shit and took her. We went to a restaurant, had a great time. Finished eating, took her to my house, got her some gift for her and her daughter, and then boom, took her back to the airport. She got her flight and went back to Texas. You would think that the moment she gets off the plane or even gets to her house, that she would text me and say, "Hey, girlfriend, thank you, appreciate what you did." No, no text, no call. That is rude. That is rude. Another thing that is rude is you invite me to your city, okay? I was on a road trip. It's the same friend. She was like, "Oh my God, you need to come. You need to come to Texas. You need to come to Texas." I don't need to go to Texas. I've been to Texas, okay? Because I'm always on a road trip. So I'm like, okay. I told my guy, saying, "Yeah, we got to stop. I want to see a friend of mine. This, that. Got to Texas, called her. She said, "Okay, look at where you find a hotel." And we got a hotel close to where she said she was. And she said, "I'm at work. I'll see you by 6." And we sat down and waited for the girl to show up. We fell asleep. I was like, "Oh my God, she must have called." I checked my phone, there was no call. I was still waiting. Then I called her. She said, "Oh, I'm just up. I'm running late. I'm just leaving work right now. I'll be there in a few." In a few? Honey, I'm still waiting for the girl till today. Never showed up. That is rude. That is rude. I know I've talked about salespeople, but salespeople can be rude. You know, when you go to all these high-end stores, I remember one time went into a Range Rover dealership. Yes, Range Rover. Yes, dealership. Yes. We went in there in California, and the salespeople there, we walked inside the dealership. They didn't even look at us twice. The two sales ladies, they were there chatting away, and another guy, they were just there chatting. They didn't acknowledge our presence. We walked around, and then on our way out, I think the guy felt, "Oh my God, we're being rude." He came and met us at the door and said, "Can I help you?" Then I was already mad, you know. That is rude. And you know the funniest thing? When you walk into all these stores, I mean, the salespeople try to intimidate you, make you feel like, oh, maybe you don't have money, you can afford to buy anything there. But guess what? They are all working on minimum wage. They cannot afford anything in the store anyway. That is rude. That is rude. If you can think of rudeness or what people do that is very annoying, that is rude, please let's know in the comments. And let me tell you another thing that is rude. It's rude not to return calls or texts in the name of "I am busy." Everybody is busy. That is very rude. It is rude to make appointments with someone and not call ahead to cancel and just don't show up. That is rude. It is rude to borrow something from somebody and you don't return it until they ask for it back. That is rude, rude, rude.